There we go. We are go. As I move you guys over to the map.
Happy birthday!
Are we live?
Yes, we are live.
What the buck is up, every Tony? And something about a birthday. Whose birthday?
Yeah, whose birthday? We must
Well,
get
so
all the
another
birthdays.
episode, so I had to say something.
Say something relevant, jackass.
Well, I don't know. It could be the game's birthday. Like, when do we start playing?
Maybe one of our listeners in the Philippines has his birthday today. And you know what? If you are that listener, happy birthday.
Look, someone's birthday every day of the year, so I'm gonna be right somewhere.
Yeah, I mean
that's a bit like
the same.
that's a bit like saying a broken clock is correct twice a day.
Yeah,
Well, it is.
or saying that it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Then again, it's always 5 o'clock in Margaritaville, so
I mean,
it. Never mind. But yeah, no, it is always 5 o'clock somewhere.
By the way, we're still in the Crystal Cave, not Deep Crag, if you're wanting to throw a throw.
no, you should be on the map now. I moved everyone to the map.
Okay. I wasn't sure, because they were like, oh, you shouldn't be here.
Well, that was when you first loaded in and wanted to get everyone in the room.
My head. Anyway,
All right. So, you guys are in the process of exploring some cavernous areas. You were in a large area just with a mixture of strange, large-looking crystals. Then you moved into a side passage, and you come across more rarer and valuable crystals, and even diamonds. Yet you came across a let's call him a guardian, and they didn't quite appreciate you interfering with their crystals, and but you were able to deal with them and free up that cavern. You have continued down this last one area, and you have come to a place where it appears the tunnel is not natural. It actually appears to be to have been carved through. Not necessarily with tools, but like some sort of creature has created tunnels here. But there are signs that there have been workman tools, but there's a combination of like a creature's tunnel plus people have worked on or in the vicinity of this area.
Before we continue, is anyone injured?
I'm still down a bit.
I don't think I got hurt at all last fight, so.
Yeah, you didn't get hurt at all.
You're barely injured, as it says.
I mean, I'll be fine. So it's not a big deal.
Alexandrite, how many charges were on the Wand of Cure Light wounds you gave me?
One of them had 2 charges, the other one had 50.
That's right. Okay, so we used up the one that had the 2 charges, so I'm going to use the one with 50 and start working on burned right there. It's 1d8 plus 1.
Correct.
All right, you heal for 3. How many do you need?
Just a moment so I can get there. So let's see. 68. I'm 68 out of 90, so that's what?
Oh, yeah, you need quite a bit. Oh my gosh, I'm doing terrible. Milfistle is struggling with this one. This pure holy radiance coming out of this wand is in direct conflict with my own soul. I have to concentrate more.
Oh my god!
Wow. I'm going to use one more. If this fails to top you off, I'll go back to the infernal healing.
It's okay. I mean,
That's
Ooh,
right.
That's
Alexandra's like, don't worry, it happens to everyone.
Alright, 5. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 46 charges remain.
Alright. Yeah, I should be good for now. I mean, I'm only off by 10, so it's not really a big deal, but
We'll make it one more.
yeah.
My whistle could use some love.
There we go. I'm starting to get the hang of this now. All right, that one's for burned, and Milk will roll for Nightshine.
No, well, he's Weasel anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, for Mr. Lord Weasel. Pardon me.
Yay.
Does he need more?
He's good.
Okay.
There you go. Now you got the practice in.
Hey.
Yeah, it just took a bit of waving in the right way. You just weren't saying the word right. It was coming out. The pronunciation was slightly off.
Diagonally.
Diagonally.
All right.
All right. Before we move on, we did gather up the gems that were from the golem,
Yes.
and we did not mine anything out of the walls, correct?
Correct.
We attempted, but we didn't have it. Okay.
No, I don't think anyone tried it. I think there was discussion, but you agreed that you would leave it there and talk to the dwarfs about it.
Okay.
That is a valid option.
I mean, you go if you decide differently, you can go back and mine it. I won't stop you, but you have not mined it. But you discussed it, and you decided to leave it there and hope that the dwarfs give you a gift.
All right. Milk is ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Right, you should have light, and you should feel free. If you see anything and wish to ask about it, ask. If you see anything and you want to look at it from a distance, give me a poke. But otherwise, you can explore freely.
So this is shiny.
Yes, the gem here is giving off light, very similar to all the other ones. You don't think it's a valuable one. It's probably one which is slightly luminescent.
Make a bit and use the torch.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder what if we take it. Does like it glow in our hooves or?
You would have to take a bit of it off to find out.
Well, does anyone want to take it, or are we gonna leave it for?
Nightshine playing heat. Light pickaxe at it.
So you take a small chunk of it off, I'm going to assume. So you take a bit of it off. The crystal itself still seems to be giving off a glowing effect, but the piece you come away with, yes, it's got a very good see-through effect to it, but it doesn't itself appear to be glowing.
Okay. I wonder what makes it glow if that's the case. Oh well.
Would that maybe be... No, we don't know if it's Arcana or not, so...
Who among us has knowledge nature? If these aren't dug out by pickaxes, then maybe a creature pulled this stone out.
let me see. Skills. I do not.
Nightshine, do you?
I know many things. I also know that our party is walking ahead as we speak.
All right, well, they appear to be holding their position.
Mm-hmm.
Give me one.
Yeah, there's apparently a fork in the road here.
Alright, just want to get an idea. What were you trying to work out precisely, Nightshine?
I am trying to answer the thing. What's his name? Milk asked me something about a creature.
Can we identify what kind of creature carved out this section of the cave?
Oh, okay, that's what you're trying to work out. Nightshine, you kind of have a look around. You're not aware of any creature of the size that could make this opening. You've never read or come across anything like it. You have no idea.
Okay. can go.
So, which direction do we want to go here, fellas? We have a direction leading up to a curved corridor, or we could go straight down into what looks like a large open chamber.
Well, the curved one looks smaller. There might be less. There might be just a dead end, so we could probably check that out first. And if we don't see anything, we'll go to the bigger route that has multiple exits.
This is true.
It could also be a death funnel, so if we go there, be on your guards and have your weapons ready.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll go first then, since I am the most heavily protected.
Unless Burned Requiem, you see it as a personal challenge for yourself to overcome.
Ha! Oh, please. Me not being as protected as you are, Alexandrite, move out of the way. He gives a sort of playful laugh at that.
All right.
Step front.
What do you see?
It looks like it leads into another cavern of some sort. More of those strange glowing crystals.
Alright.
Stop.
Yep.
I love the fact that I can just press a space bar and pause it. So I don't have to tell you to stop. I can make you stop. Alright, as your light enters this area, your eyes will instantly jump to movement. What you notice is like sleeper bags on the floor and, sleeping beds and two, you will see two, I think, can you position, you can see both of them? Yeah. You will see two creatures moving in them. One of them appears to be just waking up more than the other, which is this one here, as your light is obviously shining on them, or it's effective enough that they are responding to it. Just check.
It's a big bird.
All right. As I'm, hold on. So in a moment. There we go. Let me just remove status effects off them. As your light is enough for them to no longer be helpless.
Alexandra, would you move up closer to Burned?
Yeah, of course.
And as they wake up, and I'm waiting for their sheet to open. Open sheet. Thought I double clicked it.
Out of character, I know exactly what these things are. It's never one.
What languages will they shout at you? Alright.
They kind of look like dwarves. The female does.
As it starts getting up, there's a call in Dwarvish towards you, as one of them goes, "What the hell are you?"
Rescue party.
Burn sort of just tilts
Do you
his
respond in Dwarven, Nightshine?
Yeah.
Given your position at the back, your voice is kind of lost down the tunnel. Unless you're shouting rather loud.
I am, and I'm making Will scared.
You're like, okay, so a voice. He goes, "What damn rescue party? We didn't need a rescue party. What game you playing at?"
There are things which eat dwarves around here.
The other one gets up and they kind of start talking to each other in sort of a whispered voice.
Nightshine, you might want to move up.
I try.
Yeah, I'll move out of your way.
Yeah.
I don't have directional for you, so you don't have to spin yourself around.
I like.
Fair enough. You can continue being upside down. Alright, so they have hushed discussions with each other. Then one of them speaks up, again, still in Dwarvish, goes, "Who sent you?"
Uh, the people mining. They said that there were some strange things which eat dwarves around here, and they asked us to clear this place off.
Um, with that, they call, "Come in. Let's have a proper look at what you are."
Okay.
What did they say?
They say I'm beautiful. They want to take a closer look at me.
I did not know they swung that way.
I mean, this is Nightshine.
There are 2 here. We're looking for 5.
Very curious case.
They don't look like normal dwarves.
You
No,
can
no,
roll
no.
me no. You can roll me perception, and if you, I mean, they look kind of normal. It is a little bit hard to tell in the light. I mean, they're like short, bearded, kind of share the similarities. What was that? Yeah.
Oh, that should have been private.
You know what? Let's grab. Instead of looking them up online, let's actually grab the book. I can grab the info one because that's easier. I have to say, I'm one of those people who still prefer books. Here we are. So everybody but Alex, if you have knowledge local, you can also make me a check.
All right.
There we go. I'm guessing you don't have that milk thistle.
Knowledge local, I do not.
No. Okay. So you guys do notice that their skin is different coloured. I am trying to find the exact wording of their skin.
Milky white, pale.
No, I don't think it's milky white. I think it's.
Ashen?
I think it's a more of an ashen colour. Because I wanted to say light purple, but I don't think that's correct. But it's definitely more ashen. So they've definitely got that look, that different type of look about them, and you're certain, Burnt. You're not sure what they are, but they must be a different type of dwarf, or at least that's what your instincts are telling you. But they share enough similarities that they've still got to be dwarfs. That's where your mindset is at the moment.
All right. Bird sort of rubs his chin with a hoof and bluntly asks, "You're a subtype of dwarf, aren't you? You look like them, but your complexion isn't entirely the same as theirs."
Bird, you can't just ask them why they're gray.
I mean, come on. This is a blunt character.
What language are you saying that in?
Common.
Common.
Because he doesn't know dwarf, so.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to check to see what language you were speaking in. They look over at you for a moment and sort of speak to Nightshine. He's the one speaking Dwarven, and goes. This one goes. "You will wait here. I will go and get somebody to speak to you." As he goes to walk past you, unless you actually stop them.
Berndl, he'll step by.
I mean, he can walk.
Yeah, let him
I mean, he can
pass.
walk past, and I'm just saying, unless any of you stop him, he's walking off.
Nah, I won't
Don't
stop
be
him.
long.
Look to Nightshine and say, so what's going on?
I don't know.
There's some type of dwarf. That much is certain. I don't know what type exactly. But as long as we do not show hostility, they shall not show back.
I had no plans on showing hostility.
This is where I mean,
He asked us to wait here.
yeah, there's
And-
another. There is one of the other ones there.
Milk Thistle will lean in and whisper to Nightshine, speaking in Infernal.
Oh, that's because I clicked on him.
These are not the dwarves you're looking for.
Yes, they are. We have their picture right here. These aren't the dwarves you're looking for. Are you sure? Because these really do look a lot like the dwarves in the picture.
Right, so they're doing that. The individual who was in their bed, they're picking up their supplies, and they seem to be putting on, as far as you can tell, it looks like they're putting on some armor. They just sort of seem to be going back about sort of what you would consider a normal routine. Once you guys would wake up, you would get up, you would start getting dressed. So that's currently what they're doing.
Totally fair. This is quite an interesting encounter, you three. Never thought I'd see anything like this.
I'm not sure it's an encounter at all. But just be cautious.
Of course.
Milk Thistle looks to the remaining dwarf. Do you speak common? Can you understand us?
They look at you and go, "Dirty tongue, don't speak it." It kind of has like a female undertone. Yeah. A female
You
undertone.
live in what kind of house?
But it,
See
but it is still a bit of, it's still a bit rough sounding.
Okay, not much for conversation. Milk Thistle will stay quiet.
Yeah.
You know what would be really funny?
Hmm.
If the person they bring up is the monster who made that cave.
Please don't say that.
It would be really funny.
No.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't. No.
That would be kind of funny.
I guess deep down inside, yeah, it kind of would be.
Okay. That'll take that long probably. Okay, so they will then. I now have to adjust things because they will stop doing things. Who was it who ran over here? It was him.
Brings back a dragon.
God, please. Earth Dragon.
You know what? I'm going to grab him and run.
My apologies, my dogs bark at everything and anything.
That's fine.
Spirits, Dororden, what are you doing here?
Alright, so he eventually comes back. It's been a number of minutes. This one has got dressed, and they seem to sort of be standing there with. They seem to be armed with like a warhammer, and they have a light crossbow on them. and just seem to be sort of like mostly waiting at this point.
Oh no, he's got a bomb.
This one at the back will finally return and look at you all and simply goes, "There's no dwarfs here that need saving. Unless you want to do business, then there's nothing here for you.
What are you selling?
What do you need?"
He's
Oh, it's
talking.
the red people shopkeeper. What you buying?
Do you
What are you
have
selling?
Do you have a milk?
A what? Never heard of a thing.
Okay, let me think. Do you have lots of money?
That is. He gives you a weird look. Not here, but we have plenty if you wish to sell stuff. But you have to be
Right.
selling what we want.
Nightshine, what are you planning?
I'm
There's-
just doing business.
They're speaking in Dwarven, if it matters.
Yeah, that's why I haven't said anything.
Right. Shit.
What do you want?
He looks past you and the at the group, and then looks back at you. You the one in charge?
Yeah?
Any of them for sale? As he gestures a hand towards Alexandrite and Burnt.
I'm going to take a quick look. Depends on the price.
Bring the small horse forward, the one without the pointy horn.
Okay. Alex, I have a job for you.
Yes.
I want you to be nice with this guy.
All right. I don't speak his language, but I can be friendly, I guess.
Yeah, be friendly.
And as Nightshine and Alexandra are conversing, Milkthistle takes out a scroll of comprehend languages and casts it.
No, that's fine. I don't think any of them have the expertise to be too worried. I'm just checking something quickly. He's got that one, which is understandable. And
Yeah, Alexander will come up and gesture to himself. Greetings, I am Alexander Beacon.
as you're talking, he kind of grabs you a bit roughly, just on the nose. And if you kind of think of how, have you ever seen like dog shows like Crufts or anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of grabs you like on your nose, looks at your teeth, sort of pulls your head, looks in your ears, and he's kind of like giving you a bit of an inspection. Is the only way to best to describe what's going on here.
All right. I will remind you, half my ear is gone, so.
Yeah, I know. He will grab the side which isn't missing.
But I'm just saying, for price-wise, like I'm not a.
No, you're damaged goods. Sorry, McFessel?
Milkthistle frowns at Nightshine and asks him, why is Alexandra being inspected like he's a pet?
I think it's just how the culture is.
Are you sure? Because that doesn't seem like.
He then looks to you, Nightshine, and goes, "He looks strong. Does he listen well?"
God, no.
We'll need some breaking then.
I think he enjoys that.
What kind of breaking is Alexandra expected to do?
He looks over at you, a little bit surprised that you're. I think actually, does comprehend language let you speak it, or does it just let you understand it?
Just understand.
Okay.
But if he understands common, then he would still probably pick up that I'm listening in on the conversation.
Yeah. He looks over at you, McFistle, and then back to Nightshine. Are you in charge, or is someone else?
Me.
What about The one at the back who's listening in.
He is the one who carries all my scrolls.
Milk Thistle is frowning so hard now.
I'm
And he's
just
gonna come up and whisper to Nightshine. And speaking in Infernal.
Yeah, that's
What exactly are you planning here?
I just want to see where this goes.
Okay, I'm going to roll this. I'm going to do it as a blind roll because you don't know what he's doing, and see if anything happens. Okay. I don't know if you.
Milk Thistle. Go ahead.
I don't know if you can see the skill he rolled. Don't know if it tells you that much.
Yeah.
It does. Okay, so you kind of just he's looks at you, but he doesn't really think too much of it, and goes back to inspecting Alexandrite. He's kind of like pushing down on you and sort of, in a sense, checking your sturdiness.
All right.
Milk Thistle looks to the dwarf directly behind us. Is she making any kind of aggressive action, or is she just standing with her crossbow at the ready?
It's more standing at the crossbow at the ready. It's not pointed at anyone or anything like that. It doesn't look like it's loaded at the moment as well.
All right. Milk Thistle will lean back into Nightshine. Be very careful with what you're doing. If this goes awry, it could be doom for all of us. And I said that in Infernal.
And he will respond in Inferno. I think this whispering is making things harder.
Milk Thistle nods, and then I'll take a step back.
He goes, does the armor come with?
Nightshine stops to think. If you pay extra, yes.
No need it.
Then I guess not.
What do you want paying in? I don't know, he's speaking Dwarven, so he's speaking. What do you want payment in? Gold? Gems? Other valuable materials?
Nightshine stops to. Do you have information?
Depends what information.
What?
Oh no, he's dead.
Are you still there?
Silent, no?
I am. Did I cut out?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to know how come you are here.
Is that all you want to know?
Not at all, but I'm curious. There must be a reason.
If all you want is information, if we take this one, then you can ask your questions with the boss.
Wait. I want to speak to your boss.
He points to Alexandrite. We want this one. Then you can speak to him and ask all your questions.
Nightshine will stop to think for a moment.
Nightshine, what is going on?
Don't worry, Alex. And he pats him on the head.
Bird is just kind of watching the situation. He's thinking to himself, okay, this is really getting weird. What the hell's going on?
Nice.
He seems
Nightshine
to
will stop to think.
he seems to be waiting for your answer, Nightshine.
I am thinking. Did I teach Alex? No, I don't think I did. And then,
Yeah, you needed like a number of days to teach me Infernal.
yeah. Nightshine is going to think.
You have the message bell.
And we meet is halfway. I'll meet your boss, and then I'll let him go.
No deal. Unless you agree to agree for this one, no meeting. We can pay if you don't want to meet him.
I guess money will have to do.
He looks at Alex. 200 gold pieces. Or other items if you want it.
For this one, 20,000 gold pieces.
You said no listen has to be trained. Not worth that much.
Nightshine stops to think. 10,000.
Still not worth it. He's strong.
He
Able-bodied. All we need. Only worth 200. Requires training. And breaking.
Nice. Well, I'm afraid we don't have a deal. This here is my favorite slave.
Then no deal.
He's like a dog to me.
This area is ours. You can leave now, if no deal.
Yeah. Nightshine's gonna tell Alex. Alex, how much do you think you are worth?
What language are you saying this in?
I'll let you know. I only speak common, so.
Yeah, he went doing common. How much do you think you are worth?
What? I don't know. I think generally life is pretty priceless.
You know, Alex, you're priceless to me. And he boops you.
Thanks, I guess.
Also, he wants to buy you as a slave.
He wants to buy me as a slave.
Yeah. I think you should smite him.
Yeah, go ahead and detect evil.
Good detect chaos.
Let's have a look. Burnt, you detect no chaos. Alex, you detect evil.
Alright.
Oh, sorry, my mistake, Alex. You do not detect any evil.
Oh.
No, you do not. I was mistaken.
Alright. Well, I'm not detecting any evil from him.
I'm not detecting any chaotic forces from him either.
So I suggest we just leave it as is.
Yeah.
Let's follow up with a question before we go. They might have taken the dwarves we're looking for as slaves.
Didn't we find them? Oh wait, no, we couldn't tell. Yeah, they may have. I do think if we walk down to the corridor, you're gonna come across more of them.
Almost guaranteed.
They have moved closer. They are still looking fairly relaxed.
Alright, Milk Thistle looks to this one right here. Dwarf, even if you find this tongue disgusting, I know you understand it. We are looking for 5 dwarves who were part of a mining crew to the upper city. Are they here?
He kind of spits on the floor with that. They were. They were not welcome. They didn't leave.
Have you taken them as slaves?
What's happened to them is not your concern. They are no longer to be worried about.
Unfortunately, they are our concern. But I don't believe there's any need for hostilities. We can make you an offer for those 5 slaves, if you'll take us to them and allow us to inspect them.
He ponders that thought. And how much will you offer per
We
per
must
dwarf?
inspect their quality first.
If they are in good health, no permanent damage.
If they're in good health and able to return to their work, we will consider a healthy sum in gems that we've collected. But we must see them first. And I do believe it wise that you consider our offer, because the Queen has sent 4 strangers down into these mines to find them and retrieve them. If they discover they've been taken as slaves, she may use her own force to come down here and absolutely end this operation. Best to make a transaction.
He actually starts laughing as you start speaking, and he finishes it. When he finishes life, he goes, "The Queen sent strangers that clearly do not belong underground. They must be weaker than we thought."
Strong enough to fight our way here.
Not you, not you, weak. The Queen. They have to resort to abovelanders to do their work. Show me you have gems, and we will. I will take you to where you need to go.
Milthistle will open up his bag of holding and he'll scoop out the gems that were collected from the golem and just let them fall out of his hoof and back into the bag. And there's plenty more.
He gives a nod. Okay, we take you to meet. Follow me. Do not touch anything. Okay, so this is going to be fun. I'm going to move them in small bouts, so feel free to follow as you wish.
And the dwarf behind us, does she still appear relaxed and just at the ready?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Mook will periodically look behind her, or look behind himself to make sure she's not changing her attitude.
Oh man, these chimes are actually pretty soothing.
Alexandra, if you're going to take point, move. You're backing up traffic.
Oh, Alexandra decided to jump on the top of the dwarf.
Oh, sorry, I was getting pressure to move.
Walk responsibly.
And carry a big gun.
Am I gonna move the map, then move myself?
Scroll out.
Yeah, I mean,
My scroll button doesn't work.
that sounds like a you problem. Hang on, I just need to check that. Just checking. Yep, I'm going the right way.
Oh, Milkthistle looks up this part of the cavern right here, and there appears to be like a big kind of luminescent blob. Nightshine, do you see that?
Even more, I see a box.
Any idea what that creature is?
Knowledge dungeoneering.
Oh, so I can see the creature.
If you can see it, then because there's a lot of light around here, then you can make a check.
I just can't see it completely, so I didn't know it was a creature. I thought it was something. But yeah, dungeoneering, he'll go.
Oh, you actually recognise this. It looks like a black pudding.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's not my least favorite pudding. Licorice flavored.
How many questions?
Ooh, let me check what their CR is again.
Also, Alec, I want to know. He offered me 200 gold for you, and I turned him down.
Well, thank you for that.
Oh, no.
I'm sure it would have been more if he knew I was the paladin.
Oh god, that's true. I should have let him know.
Yes, you could have really talked the price up if they learned his talents.
You get 3 questions.
Okay, special defenses.
And got that stat easy to hand, and the sheet is not easy to look up. Okay. Special defenses. Defenses. You do not want to hit it with piercing weapons. Slashing and piercing weapons, will not hurt it, but cause it to divide into more of itself.
Nice. We're
Uh,
safe.
and obviously it's an ooze, so it's got normal ooze defenses. What else?
We're safe.
We're safe. They're not really known to be very fast with their movement, so reflex is generally expected to be like the easiest one to hit them on. But they also are not known for very good having will defenses, but they, being oozes, are generally mindless, so most mind affecting things won't work.
Taste.
Sorry?
Taste.
They definitely taste acidy, like melt your face off acidy.
I see. Must be eaten with sugar.
No, like I said, it was black licorice.
That stuff's nasty.
Right.
I know.
Okay. I think we're ready in case we decided to fight it.
Yep, no, that's fine. You probably would have glanced over there, and that would have happened in fairly quick. I see somebody. The dwarf behind you will turn around and say, "Keep moving, leave the doors alone." Because I saw you trying to open those.
Oh yeah, of course I did.
Yeah, I know. Because you clicked on it and there was a little rattle noise, which meant it was locked.
We were instructed not to touch anything, that Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Touch only the lamp.
if you click on the doors and you do try and open them, then it counts as you pushing the door open. Oh, let me move them down further. Alright, I'll move down to there so you guys can move to catch up.
Coming, that Sean.
I try. It's lagging.
It's getting dark.
I forgot these things are gone. I could see everything fine. It's like, oh yeah, they got dark vision.
No.
Yeah.
Alright.
Milk does not have dark vision. He's barely got low light vision.
Yeah.
No, the dwarves have dark vision.
He will just go, you can go ahead, just round corner.
Bird will give a nod.
Gonna sense motive on that before we move up. Is this guy leading us into a ambush or a trap?
Actually, that's a very good thought.
There's nothing that you're picking up from him that gives you the impression that he's leading you anywhere dangerous.
Bird is gonna roll as well because he's just not.
Yeah, I won't stop more than if people want to roll.
Okay.
No, you trust him perfectly. It seems Alexandrite trusts him even more.
Oh God, I rolled a natural one.
Hold on. Gonna roll perception. Okay, it's actually pretty well lit in here. We can see.
Oh yeah.
I see two dwarves in a cage. Big monster in a cage. Whatever that is. That kind of looks like a dwarf.
As you guys walk in, this individual who is wearing, when I find what he's wearing, I might have to open his sheet.
Is he wearing stone mail?
No, I cheated and put his armor in differently. Here he is. He is wearing. It looks like he's wearing full plate. But obviously designed for somebody his size. And the individual sort of join up behind you and goes, and we'll call out in Dwarven. They want to buy the dwarfs. He gives a sort of spit on the ground and then sort of steps forward. Why you want them? What purpose?
So is he responding in Dwarven as well?
Yeah, he's because they're talking in Dwarven. Unless you ask any or do anything differently, that's what they're going to be speaking.
Nightshine?
Nightshine.
Nightshine. Nightshine is me. Nightshine will step forward. We are tasked with rescuing the dwarves around here.
Hold on 1 second. Cat wants to go out. Go on. You meowed.
Apparently the big scary dwarf in full plate armor is playing with his cat.
Right.
Never a good sign.
Bloody cat decides not to want to go out now. Alright, he looks at you and he gives a laugh. You want to rescue them. Barely even worth rescuing, if I say. Why do you care about dwarfs? You don't look like a dwarf. You don't even look like you belong down underground.
We get paid for it.
Ah. So you're mercenaries.
Yeah.
Are you for hire?
Yeah.
We care little for dwarfs. If you bring us back more prisoners, we'll pay 200 a head. Alive, dead prisoners are no good.
I'm afraid that's not the sort of work we are accepting.
Then if you were to buy them, 200 each.
We were told there were 5. I see 2.
There were 5. Only 2 survived.
Too much hard work?
No. Didn't come quietly.
I see.
By the way, Alexandrite's just going to be detecting evil on all these quote unquote.
I think you will only detect evil on possibly one of them. I gotta see at what point does it start pinging. 1 second.
I think it's level 4 before I die.
I've got to check.
So, just to double check, a platinum is comparable to 100 gold, right?
No,
No,
10.
it's 10.
10.
10? Alright.
Yeah, it's 4. Okay, so I gotta just double check some people's levels. Alright, so anyone who looks like they're stood there with a crossbow, you detect as faint evil, and the person who Nightshine is talking to, you detect as what's it based on? Hit dice. Okay, that number will also detect as faint evil.
Are any of them chaotic burnt?
Yeah, Bert is gonna cast a detect chaos, or he's gonna use detect chaos.
Is that sense motive? Oh, sorry. Is that an at will ability as well?
Yes.
Yeah. No, you detect no chaos.
He shakes his head. There's no chaos within the any of them.
No, there is evil.
What is that creature over there?
Okay. I will need a. No, I'm gonna have to look up what it's classed as.
Because if we're only able to save 2 of the dwarves, we need to take the remains of the 3 who fought back with us. And I have a suspicion that they were fed to this creature. Just a hunch.
Yeah, you will need both.
I believe it's Knowledge Arcana, if anyone...
Let's see.
Yes, Knowledge Arcana to identify the big, giant, purple worm.
All right. Bernd
No
is
problem.
I'm just saying what it looks, what its colours are.
Okay.
all right. Nightshine, do you have knowledge arcana?
He's currently in the middle of a conversation. Unless you wish to interrupt said conversation, and
You know what?
then he is unable to help you. Because
All
I
right,
assume,
Bernd.
this is happening while he's talking.
All right, Bernd is gonna attempt because he has a point in it. He's gonna attempt to identify this creature.
Cool. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, let's have a look. How hard would it be for you? It will start at that as you normally live above ground. You are unsure what it is, but you know that it's some sort of magical beast. That much as I can give you.
Yeah, he is going to to inform Milk Thistle that it's a magical beast of some sort. The name escapes him, but it's magical, definitely.
Alexander is going to speak in Sylvan and say, I think we could fight our way to these dwarves. These creatures are clearly not the type to... They would rather keep us as slaves, I think, than do proper business.
Yeah, Bernd will respond in, oh, I'm sorry, go on ahead, Milk Thistle.
Milkfist, do I still have comprehend languages? It was 10 minutes per casting.
Yeah, it didn't take you 10 minutes to get here, so you're fine.
Okay. Milkthistle will look to Alexandrite while he's in mid-sentence and give him gestures to quickly stop speaking. We do not know what languages they speak. Keep your secrets to yourself. Nightshine, ask the boss here if he has the remains of the other 3 dwarves, because we were sent to retrieve 5, and we need all of them.
Nightshine is going to ask what happened with the other 3, the remainings.
They were recycled.
To that big thing over there?
He looks at, yes, she needs to eat.
Mind if I take one closer look at her?
You want to go and have a look? Ah, you want to look at this magnificent creature. Yes, she was very difficult to capture. Come, have a look at our prize. As he will allow you to walk over and have a closer look. He does warn you not to get too close, as he has lost one foolish individual to her snapping mouth.
Is there any way they could leave the cage entirely?
This thing,
I see there's a small door, and they probably can fit up. Can they? Is there any exit they could leave if someone open a door?
yes, you have to take a side off to be able to get it out. Made of solid material. This creature is not unable to burrow out of it.
Just out of character, taking a look to see if they could just open a hatch or a door and then suddenly it would be free.
No, you wouldn't be able to do that. The door is designed for somebody of your size, and this thing is gargantuan.
Okay, I want to roll Knowledge Arcana.
You may, because you're looking at it.
This is my last amateur investigation of the day.
Okay. Ooh. I believe you definitely have identified it. I just need to see how well. You get 2 questions. You know it's a purple worm.
A little bit of a Freudian slip earlier.
No, I basically described what it looks like. The reason why they're called a purple worm is they look like a purple worm. Not very inventive, I must admit.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, you wouldn't know that its name is purple worm because there's no reason for you to know. You can ask
have,
2 questions.
does it have a burrow speed?
Oh yes. I will give you for free. You're pretty certain this is the thing that probably makes a lot of these pathways, and
Yeah,
you are
yeah.
possibly in its home.
Alignment.
You got one more question. Sorry, Nightshine.
Alignment.
Lyman. They would be considered more animals than like anything, so they've considered having a neutral alignment because they act on instincts.
Alright. Nightshine is going to look at this creature with a very scared look on his face. That is so scary.
Ah, yes, she is. Took some time putting together plans and capturing her, but she will be worth it. She'll fetch a great price and maybe even give us some eggs that will even fetch a greater price. We will see before before we have to make any decisions what will happen in full. But yes, the other dwarfs were recycled with to this thing as it had a hungry appetite.
Who do you think buy this thing?
Oh, you'll be surprised who might try and purchase such a thing. Now there are many of those that live under here, not just, he gives a scoff, the dwarfs that you know of, the weaklings they are.
I wonder if it would eat humans.
What was that?
I was just thinking.
Oh, you're thinking,
I
okay.
wonder if, yeah, I would speak, but say to myself, I wonder if it would eat humans. Think.
Humans?
Yeah,
Uh,
like
he,
monkeys.
he sits there and sort of thinks for a moment. Clearly, he's testing his own knowledge local. Doesn't even have knowledge local. Not heard of such creatures.
Uh, yeah, like big monkeys, so, but they also like to slave people.
Probably. They will eat most things. Or at least those things that don't move fast enough.
How much are you selling it for?
Not selling it at the moment. We're waiting to see if there's any eggs. Then, then we will see if we can sell her to somebody alive or use her for the rare minerals you can get from her. Oh, well, I say rare materials.
I see. If you give me a moment, I must convey with my mercenary friends about what we should do.
If you're interested, then if you have the means to transport her, you're more than welcome to come back in a month or two. We might know if she's produced any eggs by then.
We shall see. And Nashan will slowly walk back to the party.
Well,
We are not recovering the 3 dead bodies, but we can buy the 2 dwarfs over there.
Uh, by we aren't recovering the bodies. I'm guessing you mean that they fed them to. And he points to the the giant purple worm.
Yeah,
do they have any of their remains left, like their belongings?
I didn't ask, but I would assume not.
Well, we can only say that so many.
Milthistle will whisper an infernal. We could potentially end this if we were to be so inclined to do so. But not today. If we are, we should rest and come back tomorrow. If this purple worm is going to remain here for, I believe he said a month, if I heard correctly, we could deliver these dwarves back to the surface, or at least back to their city, and then we come back at full strength and end this once and for all.
Bring along reinforcements, I'm guessing.
No, no need for that. I believe the gems we recover from the golem will be enough to cover the cost of those two in the cage. We will save them, come back tomorrow at full strength.
Affirmative.
Sounds like a good plan. And Aishan will say it in Sylvian, Alex, because he really doesn't believe any of them would speak Sylvian.
And Milkpistol is just being overly cautious because we might have an intelligent dwarf here that does speak Sylvan.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know what humans are, so.
Well, the boss doesn't know.
Yeah, the only person you've seen it talking is the boss.
Not true, but the other ones are mostly out of earshot, I think, so.
I mean, he's not being
Speaking
subtle.
of-
Normal conversation they can hear. Whispering they might not be able to.
Alright. Nightshine, would you inform the boss that I will count out the value of the gems for 200 gold, and we will take the two captors back with us.
It's
200 each.
The 200 for each, so yes. Milkthistle will, and I don't have a scale, so I'll just have to eyeball it. I'm going to take a 10 on appraise.
Yep.
To get the value of the gems that I have in there. If I have diamonds, I'll save those, but I will give out the gems for a total value of 400 gold. So
Okay.
Taking a 10, that'll be appraised 20.
Cool. So you definitely haven't got any diamonds in there, but we've taken during the praise. You probably reckon you have about 1,000 gold pieces worth of gems. So you give out obviously 400 gold's worth.
So I'll go ahead and make note of that.
With this cat, can I roll, I guess, my military to see if like this camp looks like a permanent setup, or they're gonna try to move?
Yeah, you can give it a go.
All right.
Is that your profession?
Yeah. And this, I guess, will be a private roll.
Yes, because you're trying to gather information. Alright, so looking at this over, actually, technically it's a blind roll because you can see what you roll, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. But you can look over it. The cages themselves look pretty permanent, but they do look like the sort of things that you possibly could move with enough willpower. The rest of the caving around does appear to be like there's. I haven't put it on the map, but there's like a small campsite and some beds set up. So it looks like they have been here / are planning to be here for a little bit.
Yeah, so I whisper in Sylvan that, well, it doesn't look like they're going to be moving anytime soon, but I would still be careful if we're going to camp out. I don't trust these ones to not just try to sneak up and put us in cages.
Very perceptive. If they view us as a source of money, they're less likely to do so.
I will point out their sort of stuff is the sort of thing that could be picked up and easily moved if necessary. The only thing that wouldn't be easy would be the creatures and the cages. That will take time. This thing, you reckon they probably wouldn't be able to move it because it is moving around the cage rather aggressively, and it did seem like it was going to attack if Nightshine or him got too close.
Ice, Milk, counts the money, Nashan will slowly walk to the cage with the dwarfs, unless someone stops him.
Um, what with the dwarfs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nightshine, see if you can find out
Whoa,
if
whoa.
the
Where you going? Money first. Then you can have your. Then you can have your. What would you refer to them as? Your merchandise.
And will shrug and take one step back.
Milk Thistle will say, Nightshine, see if you can retrieve any of the private property from the three dwarves who didn't make it. Signet rings, family weapons, anything to identify them so we can give that to their family.
Nightshine's gonna ask the scary guy, do you have absolutely anything left on the three dwarfs who were fed to the thing?
Well, we've only got what's on them, but that belongs to us now.
I'll buy it.
What do you want? All of it?
How much would it be all of it?
He calls over. He calls over somebody by name, and they will come over. They will come over. There we go. And
Red rope, red rover.
they basically will go. He basically inquires exactly what was on there, and he was how much it worth. He rules off like basically the equipment and stuff like that. They indicate obviously there was. What was it? As far as you can tell, it seems to be mostly basic. Basic like mining equipment and stuff. So tools, equipment. There was some money on some of them, some of that. So he looks to you and goes, "If you just want their mining equipment, we could give that to you. That will only cost another 50 gold pieces."
Do you have anything that would be personal?
He looks back to the other one, and he goes, "One of them had a ring. If you want to count that as personal."
How much for it?
That was included in the 50.
Okay, so Nightshine will nod and tell me, add 50 gem pieces.
Milk Thistle nods and he will shuffle out 50 gold more worth of gem pieces.
He will go back and obviously go through some of the bits and pieces that are here, and we'll bring over and basically just put a pile of like pickaxes and a few pairs of boots down and the ring, the one ring to rule them all.
Yeah, I'll count my mule. Burns.
Yeah.
I need your job.
All right. He's gonna gather it all together and put his backpack, then including the ring, and head back to the others.
And Nightshine will pick up the money. My mighty internet lets me. He picks up the money and he gives the money to the guy.
He looks at it. He will count it. Will give you a smile and goes, good. Come with me then. You can get your merchandise. And he will head over to the door. Oh, no, apparently he doesn't want to.
Question.
Yes?
Or go ahead. The floor of this cage that the purple worm is in, is it a cement stone floor, or does it look like just the cave floor?
It's definitely not the cave floor. It looks like it's possibly some sort of like metal.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say with a burrow speed, yeah, it shouldn't be the cave floor.
No, if it was, it would be eating everybody. he calls out to the dwarfs in the cage and basically says, "Alright, you, you filthy scum. Looks like it's your lucky day. Some strange creatures seem to want to give you, take you home." He spits on the floor, and they will basically like get up and they're not wearing. They look like they're wearing equipment, but I tell you now, they are not wearing any equipment. They are basically in rags.
Okay.
Yes, that's fine.
And I'm trying to select them, and I can't. He will then unlock. Oh, there we go. He will unlock the door for it, and obviously push it open. He will turn. He will look to you and go, "I will. If you do decide to bring me any dwarfs, if it is these ones, I will not pay for them again. But any others, depending on who they are, we will pay at least a minimum of 200 gold, as long as they are good workers."
I'll keep that in mind.
So you're going to get yourself 2 dwarfs. Oh wait, I realise why I can't move them out now, because there's a cage there, and I didn't put a door in.
You fool.
Well, no, I can't make see-through doors. Of course you do. 1 second.
Damn, slavery is so profitable.
Go on then. Alright. 1 second, I've just got to remove the side of a cage so I can get the dwarfs out.
Yeah, honestly, we should just be slavers.
Yeah, I mean...
Did we also purchase the equipment that were on these two?
No.
No.
You asked for the equipment for the ones who were not with you.
Oh, right.
Let's go ahead and get their equipment too.
And we ask, how much for the equipment of those two?
Those two? I think all there is pickaxes. So that will set you back another 10 gold's worth of gems.
I'll just pay this one out of my pocket. Nightshine's gonna give him a platinum.
He looks at it, he bites it, gives a nod of his head. "Well, funny creature. We are happy to do business with you upwelders again. If you
I just
find...
realized we don't have a platinum.
well then, you can't pay him then."
Oh, yeah. Will give me 10 gold pieces.
Milk will just count out 10 more golden gems.
I assume you run over, collect them, and run back, so I won't make you move.
Yeah.
He will look at them and happily do that. He will shout at one of his companions to go and get you what you need, and we'll bring it back, and probably give it to Milk Thistle. And he looks at you. He then looks back at you. "Well, it's good to do business with at least honest individuals.
No.
If you plan to if you plan to get into selling dwarfs, do let us know. But if you walk in the wrong places, don't expect to... do be cautious. You might find yourself in a cage like this." He taps the cage and laughs. But you look like you can handle yourself. Don't appear weak, and you should be left alone.
I do. I have been through many dangers and survived, that is true. I do wonder about that black pudding. Is that your pet?
That lives there. We've left it alone. It leaves us alone. Don't go down there. It will eat you.
Nightshine stops to think. But if we decide to go there, you wouldn't have a problem with it, would you?
If you get killed, that's your problem.
Okay. Nightshine will give him a nod, a very big nod because he's small.
No, he is
Nope.
medium sized.
Yeah, but he's still yeah.
They're squat. They're like 4 feet tall, but shoulders as wide as a brick house.
Yeah.
Nightshine is gonna say goodbye to the nice evil guy and ask the dwarves to follow him.
Milk Thistle points to our newly acquired merchandise, and he speaks in common. You two, pick up your own gear.
They will pick up. They will do as you tell them.
Burned.
Yes.
Remove the gear from the 3 who are already dead. They can carry their own.
Right. He is going to do just that.
Alexander is going to look them over. Are they wounded at all?
I mean, they look like they got bumps and bruises and stuff like that, but there's nothing like majorly wrong.
Okay.
So any injuries that do look like they have healed, because it has since the incident happened. It's been a little while, so natural healing's basically taken place for the most part.
I hate typos, especially mine.
Nightshine's going to start leading the way back.
All right. I'm going to save myself sanity and going to assume they're moving with you. Because for some reason it is very difficult to remove these tokens, and I don't know why. I can make them move like backwards and forwards, but I can't drag them anywhere.
Before the party does go too far away, Nightshine will call to them. About that black pudding, there's nothing stopping us from us taking care of it if we want to try our luck.
I don't think that's wise. Not right now.
Apparently, we're not good enough to attack a group of dwarves while fully armored and shit.
It's best if we left well enough for them until a better opportunity arises. We need to get you to safety.
Nightshine will shrug.
I don't even like the charade that we've played.
And even as we're moving away, Milk Thistle will say, "We'll be returning. Just be patient."
So you say that's a black pudding, huh?
It is black.
I sadly know next to nothing about them.
On the contrary, we fought 2 of them in the a little strange cavern area with vent jets shooting off from the sides. Do you remember? That's where we found the goggles.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, hear me out. Maybe we could use it to our advantage. Like, one of us distracts it and lures it down there.
Keep your voice down.
Yeah. Roger. We'll wait until after we're out of here.
We'll discuss strategy once we get these 2 to safety.
Yes.
You 2, keep up. We're not leaving you behind here.
Yeah.
You're not slowing us down.
I mean, they are going slower than you because they're already dwarfs. They can go in like 20 feet, so they are moving slower. But you guys can easily walk at their pace, and they will keep up. I will copy that.
Nightshine's going to book milk.
Milk will get a scrunchy face for a moment.
Trust me more.
I
I've
mean,
observed you going on with very cautious optimism.
is this
But
the
I
one?
think you handled it well.
Yes, you did.
I will point out, technically, the Nightmare has no issues with slavery. It's just those are weak people who can't fight for themselves, so the strong control them.
Right.
I know.
But at the same time, Milk Thistle sees this as an offense to him personally because we were sent to retrieve 5 dwarves.
Oh, yeah.
And the slavers killed 3 of them. So they will pay for their foolishness.
I mean, you can go retrieve them, but I think the purple worm will disagree with you.
Yeah, we could cut up the purple worm.
You don't want to touch the purple worm. You certainly don't want the purple worm to touch you.
Yeah. Like, I was originally thinking a idea along the lines of releasing it and letting it attack the, well, we know there's Sneverglim, but in character we don't know.
Also, I do not have a token that can see on this map.
Oh, you are here.
If you want,
It's not popped up.
I'm scrolling out and I'm not seeing anything, just a black screen.
Same.
Well,
Should I refresh?
Night Shine is run off somewhere.
I speedrun it.
Yeah, no, go back. Maybe you might.
You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to speed run. The wildlife might, take up the empty spots that we cleared out for them.
Go back.
Movie Rango. The hawk was the only thing keeping Rattlesnake Jake away.
Yeah, go back to the group. You can't speed run this.
How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be breaking the world record for the speed run in Ponyfinder.
But I will ask because I put you back on the map with all the basically the large cavern with the crystals in it. It sounds like you're actually just going to keep moving through this. You're not going to plan to stop here.
Yeah, at least,
I think we should go immediately back to the surface, or at the very least get these dwarves with the remains of the equipment in the cart. We can rest down here, and then the following morning we go back to the slave camp, clear that area out, salvage their gear, and then we can go back up to the surface.
when you say surface, you mean the dwarf town, or?
The dwarf town, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, the surface? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, the dwarf town. That's the better way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see it.
Okay, cool.
I cannot. I need to refresh.
You should have already refreshed, bruh.
Bruh.
Alex is on a different map.
Yeah.
But if
when I changed the maps, I could see it, but I'm going to just refresh.
okay, no, I was going to say I'll wait for everyone to load back in because if you guys are just basically just going to speed through this area, I won't bother putting you on it. I'll move you to the Deep Crag map basically. But I'll wait for everyone to load.
We're at the capital city, aren't we?
Yeah. I haven't got a map for the capital city, so I'm just going to move you to the Deep Crag map. That way you're not on a map. That makes sense.
While we're speeding through things, I'm going to ask the dwarves, to recall, what happened before they got captured.
They were sent down here mining. They broke into this cavern, which is the one full of gems. As they were sort of obviously investigating around here, they discovered the artificial one, which was made by some sort of creature. And as they were exploring down there, that's when they were attacked by basically I'm going to try and pronounce their name. I think it's Dredgur. I'll put it into chat, to be honest. But yeah.
I think it's Durgar or something.
Durgar, yeah. Durgar.
It's Durgar.
Yeah. That's what they refer to the things you just met. There were other creatures which were like flying manta rays, which you know what they were. But they were able to avoid them.
Yes, we took care of those ones. And the big stone thing. What are these Durgar like?
They're evil creatures. They live deeper underground and basically only come up this high to basically plunder their resources.
Makes me feel even worse dealing with those things.
Okay, everyone's moved on the map, so I'm just going to move us over to Deep Crag, just to so no one has any issues with loading a high resolution map.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll return the dwarves over.
You guys head your way out and move back to the minecart. Well, minecart system that you guys use to get here. So what are your plans? To head straight back, or were you planning to rest here?
I think we were going to have a night's rest, then return in the morning to clear out.
Yeah, we could do that. Milk Thistle will call a meeting between the four of us. Should this be something we inform the other dwarves about? I mean, the other two that we've rescued will likely speak about their experiences, but we could return before the dwarves attempt to take care of this themselves. There's no doubt a lot we could salvage down there.
Well, I figured we were going to talk to the one who hired us anyway, and inform them of what happened and what our plans would be.
That would be a wise idea. It would certainly help our cause because that way they'll know exactly what's going on. If they're able to give us reinforcements or aid, then that would also help.
I believe we could exercise a bit of subterfuge on our own. If we go back, we do know that at least two of them are in that small cavern by themselves. Likely supposed to be scouts, but we caught them sleeping. If we take out the two of them, that will weaken their numbers from 7 to 5. And then we could potentially lure out the black pudding and send it down into that open caverns. Now that the slaves have been released, if we return within a day, there should be no other civilian casualties in there. And in the midst of that, we could finish off whatever's left.
How do you plan to lure the black pudding, though?
Simple. One of us could run up around it and dash down into that little corridor.
Nightshine, do you know what black puddings love to eat the most? Nightshine?
Oh, Nightshine's dead. Quick, get the Nightshine out.
If he can hear, I'll go ahead and explain my plan. We use Nightshine as bait, and we have him lure the black pudding down into the open cavern where the purple worm is being held. Nightshine will then use his ability to teleport, so that way the black pudding is distracted by the other dwarves that are in there. They'll essentially attack the black pudding and either die by it or finish it off for us, and then we come in full force behind it and get them at their weakest.
The issue I have with that is I don't think black puddings are very fast. So if I would imagine the dwarves would probably notice something if we move too fast or too slow.
Well, if we're moving slowly, we can conceal our noise very easily. The only disadvantage we had is they have dark vision, but thanks to that corner right there that turns into the room, they won't be able to see until it's too late.
Assuming they don't have like scouts actually watching the area, but like even so, I think moving a black pudding would take a long time.
Sorry, I had to go for the last 5 minutes.
That's okay. I was explaining. Milk Thistle was explaining his plan. Did you hear it?
I just got here.
What Milk Thistle wants us to do is target that first room once we rest here, and take out the dwarves that are in there. It was 2 of them last time that we caught sleeping, so we could potentially take out 2 of them. That will reduce their numbers down to 5, and then we lure the black pudding out using Nightshine as bait, and he's going to lure it all the way down into the open cavern where the purple worm is and the rest of them are. And then you use your teleport ability to move away from it. That way the dwarves have to deal with the black pudding, and then we come in behind it and wipe up whatever's left.
How do you intend to make the mindless youths follow me?
Well, that's what I was going to ask Nightshine. Like, what are puddings interested in eating? Could you make yourself look or smell like that?
And I did roll knowledge for the black pudding already. Would I know something to help?
They like eating anything, which is organic. Now, I mean, the slower it is, the better. It means they don't have to go very far.
Do I know how quick they are?
You asked what it tastes like, so I will give you a question. They go at about 20 feet, but they can go 20 feet even on walls or ceilings.
Man, this would be a great time to have our rogue wizard with us,
I know, right?
because one thing we could do is get strips of meat and lie it on the floor, kind of like a trail, so that way the black pudding is, continuously moving down the cavern, getting free food, and have it lead up into the cavern with a purple worm. And someone who's invisible could lay the food down and then simply jump over the top of the pudding out of its reach.
I think we can do that. What I would like to do is copy the scroll into my spellbook so it's not lost forever.
Which scroll?
Dimension door.
How much time do you need?
I think I need 4 hours. I'm trying to find the link.
Depends what level it is. If it's level 4, you need 4 hours.
It before.
I don't want us to use up any more time than we need, but it does seem like that purple worm is going to be stationed there for several weeks more. So I think I think you have an opportunity to do that, but you should get started.
Actually, when's our meeting again with the queen, or at least a high official?
Tomorrow?
Yes,
that was
tomorrow.
something you have to wait.
All right. So, how much time do you guys need before we actually plan this raid?
Well, I thought we agreed on coming back tomorrow.
Right.
Yes, but we already have a appointment with the queen. So
Technically we don't.
Our escort that brought us here said that she needed a day to arrange a meeting, but that'll just simply have to wait because we're going back in to deal with the slavers.
All right. Perhaps one of us should at least go back and let the people know that we're working on something, and we'll gladly take a message if the meeting has been set up.
I can make arrangements for that.
All right.
So do we agree on coming here tomorrow?
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
I would like those slavers to be wiped out.
Well, I don't know if taking care of the slavers is part of our job, so we could ask for payment now.
I would have done it free. But if you guys want payment, you could ask.
I mean, we did agree to clear up the mines for money.
I mean,
Well,
we would also could also sell the slavers' gears and such.
I was expecting some salvage. As far as payment is concerned, were we told what we were getting paid to
No.
find missing miners?
No,
No.
basically it depended if you actually came back with good news or bad news. If you come back with like really crappy noise and basically turn around and say, oh, it's nothing worth in there, then you get paid less because, well, you got news, you did stuff, but you didn't really do anything. But if you come back with some exciting news, you might get paid more.
We should go tell them about what we've done so far and don't plan to finish tomorrow.
You know, we killed the I forget what they're called, but the Zubat looking things. We killed a clutch of those. We killed the gym golem. We found slavers uh, who captured a purple worm, and we rescued two of their miners and brought the belongings of the other three. So we actually have a lot of good news.
Yeah, and on top of that, the slavers are pretty much bottlenecked in there.
But at this time, don't share the news that we plan on going back in. We'll keep that to ourselves.
I. How do you intend to go back inside without them knowing?
Yeah, we kind of need the mine carts to go back, and
I just don't want word of this spreading out too far.
why not?
Because someone else will get the bounty. There's salvage down there that I want us to collect. The gems for one, plus their gear. And there might be some use of that worm.
We will take care of it by tomorrow. I don't see them having time to ask anyone else.
Yeah, and also like, I don't think they would want to lose dwarves if things go bad. Like,
Yeah.
Loose lips sink ships. I just don't want word getting out that we plan to attack, and then something tips the dwarves down the mine shaft early before we get there. We need to have the element of surprise, and the fewer people who know about that, the better.
well, they're not dwarves down there; they're Durgers. So,
And we should be honest with the person who gave us the job.
and it sounds like that these people don't like Durgs and they don't like dwarves. So I don't imagine them going to, you know, work together to fuck us over.
Very well.
So we are going. I did we figure out how we are going back up without using a minecart?
I mean, you got a minecart there to travel back in. Or,
Oh, okay. We shall. I will ask the two dwarves if just putting back there it should be enough.
if what, sorry?
I just want to ask the dwarves so we don't just activate a rail cart and then we hit someone else and everyone dies.
They say it should be fine.
It should be fine. That's good enough for me.
They know what they're doing. They can activate it and control it to probably a better degree than you guys can.
I guess I will delegate.
Alright, so you guys will return. I think I said it takes 2 hours to get back, basically, on the minecart.
Yeah.
You will arrive at the big, at the point where all the minecarts seem to obviously come into, where they will obviously unload it full of gems or whatever materials there is. You guys will pull up. Some dwarfs will start approaching, getting ready to obviously unload you. Realise it's just people, and they'll go back to just chatting amongst themselves. There is like a foreman's room / sort of building off to the side. That's where you went last time.
That's where we shall go now.
By the way, am I still drunk?
No, you definitely have sobered up by now. You'll probably be.
Okay.
You need to roll me a fortitude save with a -4.
Let's see.
Alright, and that goes for both he and I, or just
Yes.
him?
If you were drunk, then you need to. Did you get to stage 3, Burn?
I got to, stage 1, I think.
No, you definitely got more than stage 1.
Alright. So -4 then.
Okay, so you were at stage 3. Okay. Yep. Well, you are not hungover. Alex, has that got the -4 on?
Quickly look at my drunken buff.
The drunken stuff should still be in place.
I'm just seeing if it has a negative to my fort save.
On the ride back, Milk Thistle is deep in thought, and then he gets
Okay, that's not with the -4, so that would be a 15.
Okay, you're hungover. Roll me a d6. You're hungover for the next 3 hours.
Okay.
Would a lesser restoration cure him of his hangover?
Yes, it would.
All right.
All right. I'll spend my 2 of my things to make an aura to lesser restoration myself.
I mean, I have it prepared. I would have cast it for you, but okay.
Can you use that to heal people?
Restoration, no. But like
Uh,
general healing, like the wands I've got, we could.
oh, I meant the magic thing that Alex have.
Uh,
I think it concentrates
can.
it into a restoration.
yeah.
It is lay on hooves.
Yeah, but it gets converted into the restoration, I believe. But that's a lot of text, so I'm not reading it all.
Yeah, it's basically cast lesser restoration.
But do you have a lay on hooves you can use on my whistle?
I still got 3 more.
My whistle would appreciate it.
All right.
Okay.
Well, there's a
There
lot
you
of
go.
restoration.
The whistle is healed.
Right. And on the way back, Milk Thistle gets an idea. He takes out a piece of cloth and he cuts it with his dagger into just a little square piece. And
Before
he
you
says,
start doing that, the cart is very limited on space. With extra dwarfs, you won't really have the space to do that. And if you're trying to do a fine cut, you're not going to have the it's going to be too bumpy to try and do finite tasks.
okay, I can do it when we get back.
Yeah, that's fine. I just thought I'd let you know. You can do that before you head to the foreman's room, or you can do it afterwards.
Before.
Before. All right, continue then.
All right, so once we get back, and as the dwarves are starting to get out before we see the foreman, Milk Thistle says, I have an idea. If the upcoming fight becomes very rugged and violent, I do have a way of boosting your strength, but it requires a drop of blood from you. And so I pick up a piece of parchment and I cut out a square piece with my dagger, and I hold it up to Burned first. It was like just a single drop of blood, not much.
All right, yeah. Burned will. He is going to rip a small piece of his flesh off and put a small drop of blood onto it.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm going to point out ripping off a bit of your flesh is a bit different to a small cut.
Okay.
Gonna say
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
a little-
Okay. Okay. So yeah, he'll.
No need for that. Just fold up the armor plate on your hoof, and that's all I require.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
If you wish to
Yeah.
donate blood, you have to inflict 1 point of damage to yourself, and you are able to donate blood.
All right. Let's see. Combat.
What spell is that?
Yeah, Alexander is going to raise an eyebrow and ask, this isn't some kind of dark magic, is it?
And once I collect the drop of blood from Burns, it absorbs into the corner, and then it's like slowly starts to spread up the fabric as it gets absorbed, but then it stops.
Yeah.
That's
so,
all.
So basically, what he does is he gets his hand axe out and cuts himself with it.
Yeah.
So that is a D6 I have to roll.
No. You if you're self-inflicting it, you only need to cause 1 point of damage.
All right.
Yeah,
Alright,
you're
my
not
bad.
just swinging your weapon wildly and seeing what happens. You will just sort of kind of carefully cut yourself.
Don't you have like a dagger or something? Like,
Yeah, Milk Thistle was holding his dagger out, but Burns a hard charger. All right. So he, Milk Thistle having the blood on one corner, rotates it to where a fresh corner is, and he looks to Alexandrite. To answer your question, you might consider it dark magic because it involves blood, but it's your blood. It's nothing more than a simple enchantment that gives you strength as you lose more blood on your own.
All right, I'm putting faith into you. So he will fix up with the dagger.
Yeah, Milk Thistle smiles. Thank you. I don't think you've ever had faith in me before. And he takes the point of the dagger on your hoof and just presses it in a little bit till it breaks the skin and blood starts to stream out. He just touches the corner of the fabric up to it and then lets it seal back.
And Alexandrite loses all his paladin powers.
That's all that's required. And I'll prepare the spell for tomorrow.
I mean,
All right.
you didn't ask any further details, so you don't know fully what you're giving your blood for. So if it turned out to be evil stuff, then I wouldn't make you lose your paladin powers because you didn't know. You just happened to trust the wrong person, if that was the case.
Wow, even the GM is suspicious of me. Look at this.
I mean, I don't know all the spells, so I can't assume what you're doing.
Well, I could reveal to the party and let everybody met it, but I kind of wanted it to be a surprise because it's a really really cool spell.
No, that's fine. I'm happy to wait.
Yeah, what I gathered from y'all is just a little component for the spell.
All right.
All right.
With that bloodletting, I'm assuming you guys are going to go meet the foreman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you taking the two dwarfs with you?
Yes, they are.
Cool. I mean, I assume they were going to come, but I just wanted to make sure. Alright, you go meet the foreman. She is in the process of doing paperwork, because everybody hates paperwork.
Hello.
Looks up at you. Back. And she will see two of the miners who will walk in with you. You found them then.
We did.
These two. The other ones are dead.
Well, at least some of them made out alive. What happened down there?
Nightshine is going to explain from the three phantasms to the gem golem to the funny dwarf-looking creatures.
Orders.
Druggers.
She curses when you mention about the dwellers. By hell's forges. Had to be those buggers.
We do plan on going back to clear them out.
I'll be careful with them. They've been a thorn in our sides for a while now. They show up, cause a bit of hassle, and then just disappear back into their hellholes.
Well, from what I've gathered, they've captured a worm of purple that will take a while to move. So we at least have at least a week or so before they can properly clear that out.
Oh hell, they've got one of them? Jesus. Well, no, she'll go. She'll probably say by Helge's forges again. If one of them got out here, it will cause devastating damage. Though those things aren't stupid enough to come this close to the city. But
Is there a way for us? I'm sorry. Go on.
Karen.
Is there a way for us to pacify it without hurting it? Just out of curiosity, because it could, if you were to train it properly, it could be a great boon to yourself and your miners.
Are you crazy? It's a purple worm. You can't train those things. All they live for is to basically carve their way through rock and live off carcasses, pretty much.
So, besides those guys, I would say we finished our job.
You've done what you've been hired for, yes. Did you mention about the diamonds?
I would mention we found a diamond vein.
Okay, she definitely will seem impressed or happy about the diamond vein, but obviously once you mention I can never. I'm trying to think of pronouncing the name, but it always escapes my mind.
Durgers.
The Durgers, yeah.
Durgers.
When you mention about the Durgers, that kind of like disappoints her a little bit. But no, you've done a fine job. And she basically will give you 500 gold pieces worth in gems. She'll give it. Well, she will offer you it in gems first, unless you want dwarven currency.
Gems is fine.
Are any of them diamonds?
No.
We do intend to clear up those drugs tomorrow. I guess it would be fair if we can keep what we find.
If you what? If you remove them,
Yeah,
whatever you whatever you find in their bodies, you can keep. If you come, I won't be able to. I won't be able to pay you for removing them, but you might be able to. She thinks. I don't know. City guard might be interested, but it's too far out of the city for their interest to be piqued.
Well, considering that we have cleared out monsters, cleared out a gem golem, found you a diamond vein, located the missing dwarves who were captured by slavers that we paid for out of pocket to rescue, and that we intend to return to clear out the druggers for you, I do believe some additional compensation is in order. Some of that diamond, perhaps.
Well, if you can if you clear out those Droidas and you can give us access to the diamond veins, that's definitely going to be worth something.
And there's also the issue of the purple worm. It would be horrible if it managed to escape. So it'll need to be destroyed as well.
Well, it's unlikely that you lot have anything to deal with that sort of creature. How are they keeping it contained?
Currently it's in a cage with a steel bottom so it can't dig its way out.
Oh, if it's already caged, you probably could pick it off from a distance. But I'll be careful about pissing that thing off. They are pretty strong. So
The only issue is the Durgers are looking for eggs, apparently.
oh, of course they are. Bloody creatures.
They're intending to keep it for at least a month to see if it can produce eggs. And if I'm not mistaken, it does produce a poison that I've heard of before. I assume that's where purple worm poison comes from.
Well, then you'll be right about that one. Pretty potent stuff. I think their breeding season's probably in a month's time. I don't know. That probably will explain why they're keeping it for that length of time. I need to go and talk to someone about this. I haven't got the capital to pay you for what would be considered fair amount for something like a purple worm.
would you mind if we mine a bit of the diamond then?
I can't say that I'll have an issue with that if you want to take the diamond as payment. But
No.
I would need proof that you've actually killed the worm to allow you to leave with any diamond.
Wait. I I don't think we should try to kill the worm. I think we should just clear out the drugs and let the worm starve.
That was my thoughts exactly. Uh, what if we're able to bring the boss of the Duradurs in, and like, what do we know anything about the bounty on this particular boss's head?
I haven't got a clue if he's got a bounty on his head. He's a Dwarda. They're causing havoc to our mining situation.
This is our, I think, their first run with this one, so I don't think there's a bounty per se. Like,
And
it's not like the West where there's like, oh, the wanted poster of James the Dorger Kid.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking is all because it's like we could technically capture him. So
Well, we stand a good chance of being very well compensated, especially if we clear out the purple worm. I don't believe leaving it in the cage to starve to death is a good idea. It needs to be destroyed or released, but if we release it, we'll essentially be in its territory and it will most certainly try to kill us.
the problem is if we start to attack it, it may break free from the cage and attack us.
If we leave it, it might break free and be free to attack anything.
So if we attack it, we need to attack it. We need to attack it fast and hard.
And if we do use that thing, the plan we talked about, that thing may destroy the cage itself.
That is a positive.
Yeah.
yes,
It'll give the worm something to focus on before it focuses on us.
That's to say, if the purple worm just doesn't burrow underground and run away.
That's a possibility. I believe we have a calculated risk, but it's a challenge we can overcome.
Do we know how tough a purple worm is?
I don't think we do.
Nightshine, you know they are pretty scary. They could easily eat your entire party whole without blinking. I mean, they don't have any eyes, but pretty much. And if you did try and run away, it could easily follow you underground and just come up and eat you as you're running.
So yeah,
I
let's
don't
do it.
think it's worth the risk.
And you're pretty certain if one of you got eaten, you probably wouldn't be seen again.
Well, the Durger managed to capture it somehow.
Yeah.
Are purple worm susceptible to mind magic?
Let me check, because Nightshine knew something. I'm just checking its classification to see if it's got any immunities.
Because if it has a weak will save, I could potentially one-shot it with Phantasmal Killer.
That's what I was thinking.
That's a big risk.
Nightshine will know that it has a very low intelligence. It's bestial intelligence, so intelligent of 1 basically.
Well, they might have just tricked it into like the cage or something like that.
Do we have anything that attacks a creature's intelligence? If we could reduce it to 1, it would become catatonic. Or rather, take that 1 and reduce it to 0, it would be catatonic.
Looks to our spellcasters.
Yeah, the person who is speaking it is the one who has it.
Well, I will do some research, but out of character pulling from memory, most of those are going to be touch spells, which is a big no-no because I have very low strength and only modest BAB. It's a massive creature, so its touch AC is likely incredibly low, so I still stand a good chance, but I know its poison is like on contact if you touch it.
No, you would know its poison is from its stinger.
Okay. And I know a lot of the low-level spells can reduce bats to 1, but not to 0. So I need to look that up.
I'm trying to figure out how much diamond worth, how much gold in, how much diamond we could make.
So you want to basically negotiate how much diamond you want to take from the vein.
Not negotiate. From memory, how do I know how much we could easily get in, let's say, 2 hours worth of mining?
You wouldn't really know. Unless you have Profession Minor, you don't know how much you're going to get out.
I'm just scared that we go through a lot of risk and not be for enough of a reward.
Right? You can ask, if we get rid of the purple one, we want this much diamond, and see if they agree to it.
I guess we can. We want 10,000 worth of diamonds.
She looks at you and goes, you would have to turn it into dust yourself.
Uh, we can accept the rough diamond too.
If you can pull out yourself 10,000 a gem diamond worth 10,000 gold pieces, that you can have it. You have to bring the purple one's head back though.
Does anyone actually here have like the invisibility spell?
I do, but it might have tremor sense or something like that.
Hmm.
I mean,
Well, I mean, it's not a metal thing, so like, I don't know if it could feel like between the metal and the ground.
there are slight shifts when you step, even with. Have you ever been on a steel platform, and like the pipe, not the pipes, the beams holding you up, ever reacted to someone moving around?
Not per se.
Because even on those kinds of platforms, you can still slightly feel the movement. I mean, it's able to be done if pulled off right.
And we could feed the purple worm the bodies of the Durgers and maybe overfeed it so it like falls asleep or something like that. Actually, do we have any drugs? That could work too if we drug the thing and then.
I think it's huge.
It'd take a lot of drugs.
A large dose of poison. Poisons, I believe, are capable of reducing ability scores down to 0.
They are.
Because what I'm finding right now through Paizo and Archives of Nithis, a lot of my spells, like the curses, can reduce stats to a minimum of 1, but not to 0.
Hey!
Short of like death, which is beyond my abilities right now, I'm not going to be able to drop that intelligence to 0.
I might know something that could reduce that thing's intelligence down to 0.
What's
Yeah.
That dwarven ale that I drank.
Oh, that we drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
So while you're thinking like take a truckload of ale down into the caves and just give it to the worm?
Yeah, something like that. Like maybe not like a truck, but like a barrel or something like that. Like I don't know if this thing's gonna be too picky, like about what it eats. Like we just cover the barrel in like meat or whatever, it'll probably eat it.
That.
No, I think Nightshine's right. The purple worm might just be beyond our abilities. If it stays within the cage, we could basically just pick it apart. But if it has anything where it's able to like throw out its poison, or if it's able to break the cage, then we're screwed.
Well, I mean the Durgers have been feeding it, so like I'm just saying like we just do what they've been doing and only put like a cask of that ale, and then
Sorry.
hello.
Oh, okay. I do have an idea right here. Okay. Conditional curse, level 4 cleric spell. Short range, so I don't have to touch the creature. The duration is permanent. Conditional curse, even a creature with animal intelligence innately understands the condition, even if it doesn't understand your language. And bestow curse basically says you will be cursed with, something awful, like a -6 to an ability score, unless you do exactly and this. I could curse the creature to burrow as far away as it can, away from any dwarves, away from any mining area, and away from the cities. If it doesn't, then it'll have like a -6 to its con, making it really weak.
That could work. Or like you said, give it a -6 to intelligence, and then it'll be catatonic.
Well, like I said, okay, so like right here in the spell, to a minimum ability score of 1. It's already up there.
Okay, never mind then. So.
But reducing its con down to 6, that would make its body feel like physically like degraded. And it would be like, oh, I don't like this. I better do what this spell is telling me to do. So if I could,
Sorry.
so that's the option I had to deal with the worm. Cast conditional curse, make it flee from us, so that way it's never in those lines ever again.
So, give it the curse of never returning to those mines. And if it does, it's incredibly freaking weak.
Yes.
I
I
would say
like that.
it's weaker, not incredibly weak.
Well, I mean, a -6 to its con will make its fortitude save incredibly low, and also lowers its HP.
Yes, you probably will have to bear in mind that might be incredibly high to start with.
True. But if it's something agreeable to the worm, I think it would be okay with it. Like, we're in its territory, sure, but remaining cursed like that, I think any creature would be compelled to, go away as quickly as possible.
Oh yeah, I mean you do not know how the worm will react. I was just pointing out that it is a very dangerous creature. Some of the more dangerous creatures tend to have higher physical stats, so just bear that in mind. That's more what I'm just getting at.
Okay. I,
Or
I
you could lower its will. That way, it will be even more susceptible to that kill spell.
That's true.
Uh,
That's if we want to end it.
does
We
the,
do want to end it.
does the kill spell affect bestial creatures?
It's an illusion, phantasm, fear, mind affecting. So if it has an intelligence of 1, it has some capacity to understand fear.
Yeah.
At least that's my understanding.
Yeah.
The problem with this is that I suspect this thing has a stupidly high fortitude save, and even if it fails its will save, it still gets a fortitude save to only get partial damage.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right.
Yeah, I think cursing it with the con damage is the best idea right now.
The only thing is, if we do that, then we're not getting paid, because if it runs away, then like we don't have the proof that we killed it, or that it'll.
Nah. Well, okay, what other plans do you have? It's not an evil creature, so you don't stand a chance at smiting it.
Like I said, getting it really drunk and knocking its intelligence down to like 0.
Well, I think this thing's going to have a beastly fortitude save, so whatever poison we put into it, it's going to have to be really powerful and therefore incredibly expensive.
I mean, that dwarven ale that I drank was very powerful. Like, I think Burn can.
Mm-hmm.
GM question: can you get to 0 intelligence if you drink too much?
I don't know. I will have a quick look.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that you could die from alcohol poisoning.
But that would be...
I was gonna say, I'm sure people passed out from drinking too much all the time. So
Yeah. sleep. Could we put the thing to sleep? Yes, no?
I I think I used all my questions.
Um, you are not aware of it being immune to sleep.
Hmm.
Looking through my cleric spells.
All right. What I will remind you is when you started getting drunk, you did have a temporary bonus to your physical stats, and it wasn't until you started drinking more did you start taking negatives. So you probably have to put. You probably would need more than just one keg to probably get it drunk.
Okay.
Yeah, dwarven ale will cost a lot if we buy it in kegs.
Also, if we do intend to use a black pudding, the black pudding would probably destroy the cage.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking of other things than using the black pudding because
All right. Um, Let me see. All right. We know its reflex save is going to be incredibly low. So that means area of effects are likely to do full damage against it. Nightshine, how many fireballs can you prepare a day?
We start with or without making the teleport spell.
So how many a day?
I'd say 6.
All right.
I imagine the cage would be destroyed before it.
Looking over the spells I've got right now. If I used Curse to lower its con and then cast Phantasmal Killer, that would stand the best chance of killing it outright. I could prepare Phantasmal Killer 3 more times, but then I would have to pass up something like Profanes of Fervor, because my class or my archetype theologian allows me to prepare my domain spells more than once a day. So I could prepare Phantasmal Killer twice, keep Profanes of Fervor to buff everyone, and then conditional curse.
I could use my scroll of cloud skill.
yeah, that one might be a good one.
Yeah, Scroll of Cloud Kill could really help out, especially in dealing with giving it debuffs.
Looking through the rest of my spells, it doesn't have any bones, so Bone Shaker wouldn't do good. Gina, would
I wish I
hold,
had a whole cord.
I don't think there's anything in like particular rules saying Bone Shaker wouldn't work. I think obviously technically it doesn't have any bones, but I don't think there's any wording in the spell that would prevent it from physically working.
it does say you take control of the target's skeleton, and it's an invertebrate.
Yeah, but I mean technically that would work on insects because it doesn't state in the rules. It does not work on insect or magical creatures.
Okay, if you say so, I will not argue with you. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have. Would hold Fey or hold person work on this creature?
And only if it's a person, only if it's humanoid or fey.
Which it's not. I could cast Shadow Trap on the creature. That'll at least be able to hold it in place. That is a will save, so that could work. I could debuff it a few other ways, like casting Doom, casting Bane. I don't believe Vision of Hell would work on it because it literally cannot see. shape. Uh, no, stone shape wouldn't help at all. If I do touch it, I could cast Sebaceous Twin.
We should not try to touch it.
Right, that's a dumb idea.
No,
Apart from that,
touch it. It'll be fun.
The spell that I'm going to cast for Alexandrite and Burned, um, that will make y'all ridiculously strong as the fight goes on.
At least a good point. We would need to first clear off those guys before even attacking the thing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's what I want to do. Okay. So I want to rest here. I'll get my spells prepped. Nightshine should have enough time to mark the spell down in his book, and then we can get back in the cart and we'll head back there to take out as many of the Draugr as we can.
Well, here's the thing. I am too much worried of the black pudding destroying the cage.
Well, that's why we don't lead the black pudding to the Draugrs.
Yeah, we'll simply leave the black pudding for later. We won't get it involved in the fight.
Okay.
We could purchase some alchemical items. There's a flask that's designed specifically for oozes, which a pudding is, but I can't remember the name of it. It acts as a normal acid flask, but against oozes it does double damage.
That would be pretty useful, considering me and Burn probably wouldn't do well against something like that, considering our weapon types.
Right. So it's an alchemical item or alchemical weapon. There it is. Alkali flask. That's it. I'll go ahead and post this in Discord so we can all look at it. But we'll buy up a bunch of those for each of us, and then we'll just all throw and hit the thing.
How much does it cost?
15 gold points, gold pieces per flask.
Okay, that would work. And Burn, do you have any weapons that are not, slicing or piercing?
I have a lucerne hammer is considered a blunt weapon, right?
What's its damage types?
Well, let me double check. I don't remember where it is in Hero Lab. Again, I'm not on Hero Lab right now. So Google Pathfinder.
We do need to figure out how are we getting that diamond from here to us.
Okay. And then we get the muscle to mine it out of the wall, and we'll collect it.
Okay, so sorry, go on.
I'm just thinking, how much time would we need to spend to take that much diamond dust?
Depending on their strength rolls, shouldn't take much time. I say we clear out the Draugr and the purple worm first.
Yeah. So the lucerne hammer is, the description is, this polearm has both a pronged hammerhead for crushing blows and a spiked head for piercing and peeling armor.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like it's either or.
Yeah.
That's the description, but in the where it states what type of damage, what is the wording on that?
Bludgeoning or piercing.
Okay, because it says the word or, you can choose.
Yeah, so it'll be bludgeoning.
Yeah, well, obviously.
I will ask the dwarf that was here.
Yeah?
How long do you think it would take for 10,000 gold worth of diamond to be mined?
Depends on the size of the diamonds. If you've got a large one, you could get one diamond out and you probably have near the cost. If you've got lots of small ones, it will take a bit of time to obviously mine down to them. What are you dealing with?
Okay, I think we should do it in not too much time.
Yeah, I mean, there was quite a bit of diamond there. You don't know how big the vein or how far the vein goes in, but there were some larger chunks of diamond, so you shouldn't be too difficult. You don't have to like mine out lots of little things.
All right, so here's what I think our game plan is. We purchase the alkali flasks. I say 3 apiece from all of us should be enough, and then we can wipe up whatever's left with spells. Um, so purchase the alkali flask for the black pudding, prep our spells for the fight, get back on the cart, head down there. Also bring pickaxes with us for the diamond vein. Kill the dwarf first, then the black pudding, and then the purple worm.
Alright, so you said it's 15 gold each, so let's see.
We could actually save the black pudding for last, since if we're gonna fight the purple worm, I think being as strong as we can probably be best.
Yeah,
But I also like the idea of finding out what's in that chest by the black pudding. There could be something useful in there.
we can worry if we manage to finish everything.
It's a +4 sword of black worm killing.
I don't think we should try to kill the drugs, the purple worm, and the black pudding.
Save the black pudding for last.
No, I'm saying we should not worry about the black pudding at all. I think we already have too much.
Well, we can see how weak we are after the first two, and then if we feel confident, like we took on a black pudding when we were weaker levels as well. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus with the alkali flask, we can move faster than this thing can, so we can attack, fall back, and just keep it at range. It shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
All right, so 3 times 4, 12. We need 12 alkali flasks. 12 times 15. Math is hard, so that's why I got into calculators. All right, 180 gold for the alkali flasks.
Alright, I'll give 15 of my.
We should just use the gems we found.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to use.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first we need to find out, do they have alkali flasks available?
Given where you are, this is probably one of the few places you'll be able to find stuff like that. So yeah, you would be able to get it.
All right, so minus 180 brings us to 860 gold and gems remaining. I'm keeping track of this in my inventory.
That's fair enough.
okay.
All right, so everyone add 3 alkali flasks to your inventory.
Alright, so this goes under weapons.
And then once the shopping is done, I say we find a place to nap for the evening. That way Nightshine can convert the scroll to a spell in his book, and we'll get the rest we need, and I'll get my spells prepped.
Yeah, we still have the our rooms at the inn.
That was in the previous city, I believe.
It
It
was.
says a quick train ride back.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's about an hour.
Well, I mean, how much for rooms here in the capital? Because I don't think we purchased rooms. We started looking around first thing, unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, that's correct. You start looking around. So in rooms here, you'll be looking at the basically seem to be sort of very similar price to what you would find inns in sort of most places, to be honest. So you could go really cheap, and it only cost you like 1 silver piece for like a communal room, or you can go more expensive, up to like for a single room each, you'll be looking at about 5 silver pieces. Or you can, what's the word? Or you can go for even more private, luxurious ones, and that then starts going to the gold.
I
I'm
don't-
just. Do we start paying? Sorry, you go ahead.
why don't we just use the one which
The cheap one?
yeah?
Yeah, let's do that. All right. So yeah, Milk Thistle will take out a single silver piece, pay that, and we'll sleep in the communal room tonight.
I was gonna say we should let the other place know that we will where we are in case the person who wants to meet with us is looking for us and doesn't know we're in the capital.
Uh, I don't understand. Why do we need to sleep in this part of town?
Because it's here readily available, and we can sleep and get back on the cart as quickly as possible without wasting time.
If you want,
Do you have a better idea?
I just don't think it's really needed.
Well, we do need to sleep. I mean, we could rough it in the street, but I don't know if they'll allow that or if it'll be safe.
No,
Yeah, but the thing is, we've got a place already at the other town, and
How
it's
long is
just
how long is the train ride to the previous town?
An hour.
I guess it's not too far out of the way. All right. But that's
that way we can at least let people know, hey, we're going to be here if anyone leaves a message for us.
All right. Can we accelerate that, GM?
Accelerate what?
Informing the person where we're going to be, head back, rest up, and then come back to the capital city to get on the line cart.
Yeah, we can literally. I just sit and work down exactly how long it will take, and we can accelerate through that pretty easily if you want.
Nightshine will ask for his share of money.
Okay. I'll look at what's left and divide that by 4. All right. The remaining amount is 860. 860 divided by 4, 215. All right. Milfith will count out 215 worth of gems and then give that to Nightshine.
I think 1,000 is just everything we made.
But it's already been spent.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. And he has some money.
Well, you have some gems that can be traded.
And he will try to trade the gems for money.
Yeah, you will be able to trade gems for money. You will get basically the equivalent in money for the gems, because they can be traded 1 for 1.
He will trade 1 for 1. And then he will magically transfer that money into magical materials to cop this spell, because that's how it works.
Yep. All right.
Does anything else be done?
As far as I can think of.
Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, there's my thing that I need to do in the morning, but other than that, not much.
I could probably stand to buy a blunt weapon, since I don't want to attack the youths with, swords and such.
Surprisingly enough, there's lots of warhammers around here.
Yeah, I'll definitely buy a warhammer, I guess.
Hammers are great because you can double hand those.
Yeah.
I'll get the 40k edition.
Strong enough to pick up a warhammer from 40k.
Yeah, you're not a space marine.
How do you know?
I can hear Paolo grinding his teeth right now. He's just going, no, not this bullshit again.
I'm too busy.
All right.
All right, so you got your warhammer. We do our things. Are we ready to get back on the train?
Yeah.
All right. So, you got to get the train back. You're going to basically leave a message with the innkeeper saying you're working on something, you can contact us here if you need us. Then you're heading back after resting, of course, and then heading down to deal with the obviously the issues in the mines. Is that correct?
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Cool.
Yes.
Right. So I'm going to give you an hour of shopping. Right. Then you take the train back for an hour. Then you guys rest for 8 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then, with that,
Wait,
well, I'm waiting.
did
Like,
I have?
oh, sorry, go on.
Sorry, did I have enough 4 hours to copy this well?
Oh, you need 4 hours to copy the spell.
Just thinking if we had enough time.
I would have to add 4 hours onto the time for you to do that. Because I don't think you
So,
can do that during resting, can you?
alright.
We'll take the extra 4 hours.
No, I don't think we need
Yeah.
as well if we're not even using tobacco pudding.
Well, we
Bird?
will.
Sorry.
We are going to fight it. We'll just deal with the dogger and the purple worm first.
Yeah.
But we are not using him to bait, which is why I was needing
Yeah,
to use teleport spell right now.
Okay.
We're not gonna bait it anymore.
Yeah. Alright, so I need to roll my d4 for my morning ritual. 2 non-lethal. And before we head out, Bernd is gonna replace his adamantine bastard sword with his lucerne hammer on his saddle rack.
Yep. Are you making your Lucian hammer your preferred weapon of the day?
Yes, because it's actually able to, it's really useful for peeling armor and for piercing it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also blunt. It could be used as a bludgeoning weapon, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. So you can apply your +1 enhancement bonus. I think you're on +1 still. You might be on +2. I can't remember. You can apply your enhancement bonus to your Lucian hammer instead of your previous weapon. Then.
Alright. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's +2 bonus. Alright. Done and done.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have the warhammer on my belt so I can just pull it out when I need it. I like my swords, so it's still gonna be my main weapon.
No, fair enough.
Oh, Nito's Keto, I actually am able to, I think it's a +2 that I get if I try to combat maneuver check people with this Chaos Knight order.
All right.
Alright. Do we have everything?
Alright, I'm gonna put an hour for you guys to travel back, and I'm then gonna add just half an hour of miscellaneous time for various other things that might go on.
Okay.
Alright, so then after that, it takes 2 hours to travel back to that various point on the minecart. With that, would be then the time you would reach your destination, and you would obviously prepare your attack. Now, given we've only probably got about half an hour before we would normally finish, I think it'll probably be good to stop here before we get into a mass combat situation.
Yeah, I was thinking that would be a smart idea. I'm falling asleep.
Okay, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wanted us to giddy up a little bit, because I wanted to try to, but that makes sense. We can stop here.
Yeah. No. So next session, you know what you're walking into, and we will see how well your plan does. if it survives contact with the enemy.
All right. Well, all right. I believe we got some good stuff done today. Good role play.
I was
Great game. Who died?
I was
wanna-
not expecting you to be nice and friendly to begin with. I thought you were going to go with murder, but no.
Yeah, sadly, the only person who could speak dwarf was like, nah, we're gonna deal with these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you tried to sell Alexandrite off as a slave.
No, I was just playing along.
Yeah.
I was so Alex was only 200.
God, on you. I was only pretending to be a slaver.
Yeah,
How much would you have sold Alex for?
20.
good question.
Well, he did settle for 10, but that still was a no-go.
Yeah, I guess 10,000 gold I would start to think.
I love this group.
I was like, this would if that's how Alexandrite leaves the party is like he gets sold off as a slave,
Hmm.
and then I go anti-paladin and then try to kill everyone.
I mean, if you agreed to sell him there and then, he would have started to remove your armor because he didn't buy your armor.
Yeah, that's why I stopped there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would very gladly have played along for a little bit longer. And Milk thought I was actually wanting to do evil things, shaking my head.
No, not that. I just thought you were being a little too, flying a little too close to the sun is what Milk Thistle thought you were doing.
I have no idea what you're trying to imply with that.
So,
It's
What?
a story. It's a story from Greek mythology
Oh,
where
no.
Ares
I-
was.
I know the story, I don't know what you're trying to say that meant.
I thought the risk fucking English. I thought the risk you were taking was too great, and that it was going to get us into more trouble than we were prepared for.
You only so nice shine talking with a nice individual.
Well, that's why I eventually went along with your plan and didn't try to interrupt or anything because it turned out to work very well. We found the remaining dwarves, got everything we needed, and we plan on going back and taking everything else from them. So it's going to work out.
Hmm.
That's why I said in character, cautious optimism.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to make friends with the evil version of dwarves.
oh, the Draugr are totally horrible. I mean, I know there's a way to play them as characters. It's I think it's the Advanced Race Guide,
Yeah.
and they have some pretty good things going for them as a race. But
Well, what I'm going to do, because I've still got the stream running, so I'm going to say goodbye to stream, and we can finish off any little bits of discussion afterwards.
Zan.
Yep.
have a good day.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.